Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 327. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm just gonna make a shit show out of this whole thing. I'm Neil.
Neil from Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks is here.
It's been a long time.
It has. Impromptu guest. Blake is going to join us here in a bit. And I may just make random drinking calls to people to guests. So if you're on Skype, we're at the History of Bad Ideas on Skype. So send us a question. Send it in. But we're doing live video. And we're doing the podcast at the same time. So thanks everybody for listening or watching. So, Hackney is inside a freeway right now. There he is.
Oh, it's so good to see him.
Yep.
Hi, Brian.
Nope, not working, Brian.
Nope.
Can you hear me
Brian's
now?
inside a freeway.
Can you hear me now? I feel like I should put up a sign.
Yeah,
Hello?
Hey,
Hey.
I heard that. Do you hear?
Can you
us?
hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, we can
Can you
hear
hear us?
you.
Awesome.
You kind of have an echo.
Yeah, I know. Hang on.
I love the frustration on his face. I feel like all of a sudden we're gonna see the screen go up and just slam down. He's like, I'm get done.
So we appreciate everybody listening. We want to keep doing these podcasts, obviously in this tough times. So we're doing something new with Skype and recording it and doing it both ways. So people have asked us for video, and I am looking into live streaming it too. So that should be interesting. So,
should we?
Yeah. What's that?
Should we get our own Twitch channel and everything?
There you go.
We can
What the fuck
Twitch
is
it.
Twitch?
Oh God, Jason, get in the new century. Come on.
I don't know what
Wait
Twitch
a minute,
is.
but now shouldn't it be TikTok? Shouldn't you guys be TikToking some of this?
I can't get into that TikTok.
That's porn, isn't it?
I don't know how that works.
That's for porn.
No.
I guess maybe if you were to ask Annalise, she'd probably be like, yeah, TikTok, those short videos, that's porn.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's just short videos. We're going for the long form.
That's it.
Blake, are you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
We
All
have
right.
Neil from Dark Angels joining us for a bit.
Hey,
Shucks, I thought I was going to be Annalise. Whatever.
right?
Can you guys hear me now?
I can. It's an
You-
echo.
You are echoing.
All right, I'll be back.
Hey, Brian, you might want to buy a microphone.
That poor man.
How about now?
That's better.
Yeah, you sound good.
Awesome. I'm still hearing the echo.
Yeah, there's an echo.
Oh, it's not as bad of an echo.
I love it.
You're probably hearing yourself coming through on a feedback loop there.
Anyway,
Great entertainment for everyone out there.
watching. Yeah.
Should we
Blake,
start
how
the
are
show
you?
over now?
No, we're going to start. Keep going. Hey, Blake, how you doing over there?
Doing all right. What's up, man?
Not much.
Sorry, I was finishing dinner.
Oh, okay. What did you have for dinner?
But if I knew Neil was going to be on, I would have been, on time.
Up until 10 minutes ago, we didn't know Neil was going to be on.
Neil didn't know he was going to be on. Neil's not sure he's still on.
I don't think I'm on.
You are on in a very unique way.
I will say right now that you are the star of the show because your facial expressions and the sound is epic.
So on
What-
my end, it's not showing me as being broadcasting in video.
Oh, you are.
You are.
Are you not up
Hey, you
in the
look
little
good.
corner?
I am, but it's my profile.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
on,
is it?
it's on our
Come on,
You
tell
wanna
her to
say
join.
She laughed. I just ask you a
For
favor.
listening on the podcast, people. I'm sorry, but anyway,
Hey, she knows a shit show when she sees one.
that's right.
Yeah, I know. She's like, oh boy, look at this. Yeah, enough.
So everybody that's
She
listening,
didn't
to
I
get
the
to
don't
see
get-
Blake, so she was like, I'm out of here.
oh, poor Blake.
Ha ha.
So for everybody listening on the podcast, thank
Blake.
you. This is episode number 327. And so it's going to be a little bit. The next couple episodes, at least through the end of April, are going to be a little bit more loosey goosey. I said loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey enough already.
Oh, you know what? Our outline today is only 2 pages.
Jason?
Blake, our outline is 2 pages today. That's it. 2 fucking pages. That's it.
God.
Look at that.
2?
Look at that. And a fourth of it is a Twitter poll. Look at that.
Jason, I didn't get my outline. I'm looking around. I see no outline.
So let me show you how great we are.
He's just ignoring
Neil, I tweeted Neil, because we're on Bad Ideas podcast, and I tweeted Neil about 10 minutes ago saying, hey, why don't you come on the show? And basically I berated him until he showed up. And supposedly you've been drinking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and I'm locked in the house until I have to go to work in the morning. So I figured, Annalise said, let's make dinner and just keep drinking until this is over. And I'm like, that's a good idea. There's no traffic. I don't have to deal with traffic. So I'm not worried about, that whole drunk driving thing. It'll be fine. I'll get to work. It'll be okay. I can text, drink, drive, and eat, and no one even knows. It's the best thing ever.
We do not condone drunk driving.
No, we don't. But I understand why it's called the coronavirus now.
Wait, time out. What time is
like
it there? What time is it there?
It is 5:32.
So what time did you eat dinner? Did you get the Denny's afternoon special?
Well, that is the thing. When you hit my age, pretty much dinner comes at 4:30, whether you want it or not, and then the pills come right after that, and then the doctors turn out the lights. You're allowed to read the book for 30 minutes, and then that's it.
And in all fairness, though, your wife gets up super early.
Not anymore, because she's stuck at home. I'm the one who's getting up now. We usually both get up early, but Annalise gets up with me to say, have a good day, because she doesn't have to go into work. It was really nice. Last week, she got up and I was really tired, and she's like, hey, have a good day at work. At least it's Friday. And I looked at her and I said, no, it's actually still Thursday. And she's like, okay, good. I'm going back to bed. I'm like, all right, good for you.
We have a black screen now. Brian just left.
I told you he was going to pick up that screen. Brian was going to pick up that freaking iPad and just slam it on the ground.
I don't know if Brian realizes he's still in the call. I think he might be heading to get his iPad as opposed to his computer. And
when I said his video casting was as good as an Al Qaeda clip, I lied. He's below Al Qaeda. They do better production than he does.
Blake, just say you're in the black video screen down there. That's you. Nobody can see. You're like Mr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. That's you. You're down there.
That's the way I want it.
There you go. So, Blake, what did you have for dinner?
Bacon cheeseburger.
Oh. Did you make it?
No, I supported my local restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
Neil, what did you have at Denny's at 4:30?
Well, actually, Walmart's doing this special now at 4:30 where you just go there and they give you soft mushed peas and carrots. It's great. I love it. No, I actually had, this is very exciting. I chopped up some yellow onions with some pesto sauce and meat-free sausage and put a basted egg on top of them.
Oh.
Yeah, doesn't that sound tasty? Isn't that what you're all thinking? Like,
tasty.
That sounds like food. Oh, yeah.
No, it doesn't. What's the purpose of sausage-free?
Sausage-free, meat-free sausage? I don't know. I can't even describe the taste. It tastes like something... You know what? I'm not going to even say that because I don't know if that would make it past the censors on the Hobie show.
How do you even know it tastes like sausage if you've never ate sausage?
It doesn't. It tastes more like cat than it tastes like sausage.
You're probably right.
Poor kid.
I wouldn't know. I haven't tasted cat.
Hello?
Hey, there you are, Brian.
Yes.
I like it.
All right. Had to relocate. We're all good.
Oh, you're solid. That's awesome.
I know. Brian looks like Jeff now, and Jeff looks like Brian.
I don't know what that means.
Brian looks like he's towering over us.
I know. I feel like he's the overlord. There's going to be like, no, you're gone. And you done. And you done. And you done.
Your guys' square switched on me. That's why.
Oh.
Is this better?
No.
Yes. You
You
sound
really
better.
want me to answer that?
So Neil,
Brian
where
has a
can we
square.
find you guys?
Oh, darkangelsandprettyfreaks.com is the easiest place, but anywhere you search Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, unfortunately, we show up and we're in your face, and we're still doing it.
Did you retire for a second time?
We retired. Well, I had to paint the house, so we retired apparently for long enough for Annalise and I to paint the outside of the house, and then we're like, you know what? Let's get back into it. But yeah, no, we're still in it. We're having a good time, and want to say thank you to you guys because we are, I think, two of the very few that kind of started at the same time in the same group and are still rolling. And when we thought we were going to be done, you guys were very cool about it, and then when we came back, you guys were actually really cool about it too, which was really nice. So thank you for that.
If by really cool you mean gave you a lot of shit, then
That was
yes.
exactly what I meant. Yes.
Well, that's good because I originally thought this was more like a sexual innuendo podcast. Thank you.
Could be.
Good. Yeah, I'm in.
I'm Neil. I'm the only one in the Bob Studios right now. Because about 3 weeks ago I said, get the fuck out of my studios because I didn't want any coronavirus. So it's quite lonely in here, and I'm noticing like the lights coming down on me. I'm quite bald. How'd that happen up there on the video?
You look good. It's a little bit of that. You almost got like a little bit of the Jason Statham thing going on.
No, I
Without the
wouldn't go that
muscles.
Well, I wasn't. I look. Hey, I'm not going there.
Get
to Honestly-
the car. Get to the car. I'll kick your ass. I'm Jason Statham.
Wow.
Wait,
Well,
that's
see-
Jason Statham?
Jason, if you want to know what you're going to look like in a couple of years, just look at your brother.
Oh God. Okay.
Because you look like your brother did a couple of years ago.
Awesome.
Which brother? His hands are going to grow?
No,
No,
not
no,
eight
not
pants.
Not eight hands.
No,
You know what? We do have to give a props out to Ape Hands because he is still fucking delivering the mail.
Well, he
and we
has
had
to.
this and we had the mail never stops, and
Neither
we are
rain
giving this
nor
public.
sleet nor coronavirus will keep the mail at bay.
Well, at least
Ah.
until June, until they run out of money.
Right. Until
Well-
no one uses it anymore. And
Bankruptcy will stop the mail. You're
Yeah.
right.
funny how money has that effect on stuff.
The worst part is a stamp is not. They're raising this cost of stamps to $1,800 per stamp. So your forever stamps are not going to be good anymore. So if you want to mail a letter, start saving now.
Could you
So-
imagine how cool it would be if the forever stamps were still good after that happened, and people are just on the corners dealing in toilet paper, paper towels,
Forever.
stamps, just get after it? They're like, yeah.
Crack cocaine is now $1 an ounce, but toilet paper is $1,800 per roll. Stamps are $1,200.
People selling crack are now on unemployment because they're like, what the hell? What'd you do to my business model?
Do you have enough toilet paper, Neil?
Fortunately, we have plenty.
Okay.
We are very fortunate in so many aspects. This is going to sound terrible. So many aspects because we don't have kids. So we don't have that many butts to wipe in the house. The dogs take care of their own stuff. We went to Costco and we stocked up like way before this whole thing happened, like before the new year. Then
Good man.
afterwards, we got our Costco check. You know, people who belong to Costco get their little rewards check. And so we went and we stocked up again. And I accidentally double bought on toilet paper and paper towels.
Mm-hmm.
And Annalise is like, what we got home? And she's like, oh my God, we have all this stuff. And I'm like, we'll use it eventually. So now we're like, hey, we're like big and rich. We're doing good.
You're on the street corner selling
Oh,
it.
you don't even know.
If you want to send some my way, I won't complain.
Oh, are you running low?
We've got a local grocer that is, selling them by the roll, a limit 4 rolls per. So, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now.
I'm not trying to laugh, but if you would have told me 6 months ago that we're selling toilet paper by the roll.
Well,
I
it's
would've been like,
it's become a game for me now. So I check on Amazon almost every day. So on the 7th of April, I have paper towels coming. On the 12th, I have toilet paper coming. And on the 17th, I have more paper towels coming. However, they're for other people. Like I'm looking for
Yeah.
people in our neighborhood that can't get out, my parents who can't even think about leaving the house because of their health conditions and stuff. So it's one of those things that I'm looking to help other people out. But now it's like the weirdest sim game ever. I'm just on Amazon like 4:00 in the morning. Nope, no toilet paper. All right, cool.
I'm a huge Black Friday shopper, so this is like Black Friday on steroids for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I talked last week that I got in trouble because my wife actually made me delete the local grocery store app on my phone because I was buying too much. She's like, "Look how much you spent." I was like, "But we got food."
Right. It's like supporting the local restaurants, like using like Grubhub or DoorDash, and all of a sudden it shows up and you spend $110 because you got every appetizer available. You're like, yeah, I'm good.
That's kind of like Blake. Blake, I'm doing the local grocery store. Blake, you're supporting the local restaurants, aren't you?
Yeah, it pretty much try and order dinner out almost every night, if not every other night, and just the grocery store for like breakfast and lunch stuff. Yeah, I've been trying to spread the wealth.
Okay. Intern Hackney, how is your toilet paper
We're stocked.
count? Okay.
Yeah, we're good. I might
Blake,
need some paper towels.
I'll
I should get
trade.
some addresses. I'll send you guys some gifts.
Yeah, send us a care package of toilet paper, please.
Yeah.
Send it to the Bob Studios, though. I'll distribute it. Yeah, sure I will.
Yeah, Mr. Hackney, do not flush the paper towels down your toilet.
I haven't yet, so fingers crossed. Though, if I don't know.
Are you all
Okay.
having issues with that with your like water and sewage departments? Like out here, people are flushing like cut up T-shirts and stuff like that. And I'm thinking like,
Oh, yeah.
why don't you just throw it away?
What? Yeah. If you have to wipe with something else, don't flush it.
Yeah.
Or jump in the shower. That's it. Okay, intern. I'll trade you a roll of paper towels for 3 toilet paper rolls.
I can do that,
Okay.
but you've got to leave the house and bring them to me.
Oh no, they're on my front
there you
porch.
Oh, so I got to come to you? No.
I got kids. I'm like Heath Slater. I got kids.
Yeah, and you live like a million miles away from everything, so I'm good.
Well, how's
There's a
your
reason
toilet
for
paper
that.
situation then, Jay?
Mine's pretty good. We got 40 rolls, I think, right now.
Okay.
So, and I got young kids, and so it's not like we're going through a roll a day or anything like that. So that's good. So, my one brother has 3 teenagers in the house. That would be a problem. Then I would be freaking out. But yeah, with you little kids, it's not bad. It's fine.
So your one brother has 3 teenagers. So not only will you look like him in a couple of years, you'll be in the same situation as him.
Yeah.
Oh, fudge! I will. At one point, I'm going to have a 19, 15, and a 13-year-old in my house. Oh,
That sounds delightful.
If the 19-year-old's still there, you got problems.
I didn't go away to college. My college was 5 minutes from my parents' house. 8 o'clock classes, I was up at 7:45. It was great.
I can't wait till in a few months from now or next year or maybe never, but hopefully sometime we'll all get together again and talk about this and go, remember that show we talked about trading toilet paper for paper towels? And
I have sheets for your toilet paper.
Blake,
I've got
are you
wood for
okay
your
on the
sheet.
toilet paper?
What's that?
Are you okay on the toilet paper count?
Yeah, I haven't gone road warrior on my neighbors yet and stolen their, taking their toilet paper at gunpoint. But we are fortunate. I did find an 8-pack of Angel Soft. It's a little below standard for my Charmin, but I'll take it. And I've never really ever paid much attention to how many squares I use per usage. But man, I am doing that like science, man.
that I absolutely 100 agree with that. It's interesting that all of a sudden you look at the toilet paper roll and you're like, it's me versus you. How little of you do I actually need to use? Like, at what point am I comfortable getting off this throne and going to work?
That's right. I'm getting it down to a science. I can get down to 6 sheets,
Mm-hmm.
4 if I need to. But right now, 6 is my luxury.
The
I'd love
neighbor
to
said,
see Blake dressed like in full like the cool stealth army fatigues with like just freaking to the hilt with weapons, just walking around his neighborhood, just knocking on the door, and he doesn't say anything. He just puts out his hand, and they just hand him toilet paper rolls.
That's how I mow the lawn.
And he just goes to the next place and just knocks on the door. And he's not being aggressive. He's not pointing anything at anybody. He's just knocking on the door and just like, hey, it's me. Just puts out his hand, and they're like, okay, here's 3 rolls of toilet paper. I'll tell you right, if he showed up to my house right now, I'd be like, okay, here's that extra Costco bundle. Like, go ahead.
You're right. You're absolutely right, because they've seen me mowing my lawn. I get out my old boots and pants and shit. It's pretty funny.
I mean, I'd bring him in for a meal and some beverages first, but then I'd say, like, by all means, but don't take the paper towels. I can trade those for 2 rolls of toilet paper.
so he's got to come to your house around.
And
So he's going to be at your house around 4:00 for dinner, huh?
Napkins in case of emergency. I got 300.
I would be his like warm up, like when he had to go to like the real hardcore houses. He's like, let's see, what old people can I go around that are eating dinner around 4? I could make it to California while they're eating dinner and back home in time to get more toilet paper here. Yeah, I'll do that. In fact, he's probably like, I could probably drive out there and drive back.
I like how you said Blake isn't being aggressive when he's going door to door in his fatigues trying to get toilet paper.
Hey, man,
I feel like him.
Hey, I'm not going to judge how people dress, man. That's what. Now you're getting racist on us, Jason. What's going on? He can dress how he wants to dress. That's all right.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
When?
When he's
when I'm not on this podcast.
For toilet paper.
So Neil's here. We're going to jump around here. We had Twitter poll of the week on Bad Ideas podcast. Neil, this is on the second part of the first page. Look at your outline.
I got it.
Good man. Go ahead and take it.
We're going to talk Westworld and Walking Dead.
Okay. Did you see Westworld?
Yes, I did.
And what did you think?
I think episode 3 starts opening up a lot of fun stuff.
I heard
episode.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I heard a pedophile got killed.
Yes.
Okay. That's always a good sign.
All right. I don't want to spoil it for you then. All right, keep going.
Jeff.
What?
What did you think about Westworld episode 3?
Episode 3 has really jumped the story along, so like you know at least where they're heading now. It started pushing, because before you're like, okay, just trying to figure out where they are. Now the story can go forward.
Is it one timeline?
Appears to be.
Appears to be one timeline, but what is pretty good about it is there's no definite answer of who is in Charlotte's body. So that is really cool. So there's a couple of theories out there who it is. It's like, I'm not Charlotte.
Charlotte Hale?
Yeah, Charlotte Hale's body. And at first, I was thinking, well, it could be Teddy because it is kind of weird, or it could be her dad, or it could be the crazy Angelia, so that's kind of interesting. The other interesting theory that's out there, like from The Ringer, is that she's not in the real world. She thinks she's in the real world, but it could be something in the future world, or it's another simulation that Tess, that what's her name, Maeve already figured out, because Maeve's pretty smart, and so it is kind of interesting. And her buddy Clyde, what's his name, Caleb. Buddy Caleb, there's been a couple of clues and weird things in his flashbacks and everything else that he may be some kind of like semi-human / host or something along those lines. So it's moving the storyline forward an awful lot, and there's some really good pick me up secrets that if you're paying attention you can see in the overall screen and all that kind of fun stuff. So I really came into Westworld season 3 on a negative, especially after the way season 2 went. But my curiosity is piqued, and I can't wait to finish the next 6 episodes.
All right. Now, my one big question: can they really call it Westworld since they're no longer in Westworld? There is no West in Westworld anymore.
Yeah.
I still think they should have stayed in the amusement park for a little bit longer. I wish they would have.
They might. We don't know.
Like before it went to apeshit. I wanted to see those worlds a little bit more. I think from now on, every sidekick or supporting character should be named Clyde. I like that, Blake. I think we should just name everybody Clyde.
Caleb, yeah, that's supposed to be Caleb, but Bernard's still in Westworld. There you go.
Ah, fuck that guy.
There you
Is
go.
he dead yet?
Well, didn't he leave at the end of episode 2?
Yeah, he was leaving at the end, but he went back to Westworld to get some stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Neil, what do you think about Westworld?
Love it. Great
Okay.
show. Amazing. I'm absolutely glued to it.
Have you seen
Good.
any episodes?
No, I didn't even know it was a thing.
Good to know.
You guys started talking about Westworld, and I'm like, is this a new movie? What's going on?
It was a movie back in the
was it
70s.
really?
In the 70s, yeah. And then they made it into a TV show on HBO.
So I'm loving it. Good stuff.
First season, lots of nudity.
My favorite season.
Second season, not so much.
Yeah,
no.
I didn't like that season that much.
No. Intern,
And-
what do you think?
What's that?
Westworld, what do you think?
What is that?
It's right after Star Wars.
It's the West Coast WWF.
Hey, WWE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got the
Yeah,
F out of here a long time ago.
Yeah, get the F out of
I'm
here.
usually not up that late, so I usually miss it. So that's why.
Okay, is everybody on Neil's schedule here that we're going to bed at 8? I mean,
This is
No,
the
I'm on the
zombie,
complete
This is the
opposite.
new zombie apocalypse. I'm just recruiting cool young people that just want to go to bed at 5:30 in the afternoon. That's
Yeah, I'm just the opposite. I'm going to bed at 5:30 in the morning.
oh geez, if only.
Well, if you have a bunch of lions, tigers, and cats in a soul patch, you can recruit any kind of people for your predatory sex cult.
Tiger King is amazing. Love it.
Now that I know is a thing. I haven't seen it yet, but I so badly want to because that guy has the look I want so badly.
All right, here. I had to
Time out.
watch that
Blake.
shit
Wait a
show
minute,
because
Blake.
these guys brought it up and talked to me. I actually work with I have a coworker that I know that's in Carolina, and I want you to know I am 3 degrees separated from Joe Exotic.
Oh, that is amazing.
She actually worked at like a reptile safe kind of farm animal rescue in Carolina. So in the very first episode, one of the snake charmer guys that they have in photos with Joe is the guy that she knew. And of course, she knew Joe, and she actually knows that guy who knew Carol. And she said, their theory is Carol is actually schizophrenic, and that they actually all really do think that she killed her husband. And it's kind of funny that she said that, because I was thinking about the episode when she got the letter in the mail from the judge saying he's been declared legally dead, and she's like, and the last thing I remember, I was looking out the window and it was light, and then the next thing I know, it was dark. I'm like, yeah, there's your schizophrenia right there. She probably just went into like another one of those episodes and all that kind of fun stuff. But that snake charmer guy that knows Joe, that she knows, that I know, thank you, that he has a bar trick where he was taking baby venomous snakes. He would go into bars and take these snakes with him, put the entire snake into his mouth, chug a beer, and then spit the snake back out. And she said it got him laid every time.
It would have been better if he spit the beer out and swallow the snake every time. I would have paid to see that. No,
I
yeah,
have no clue what's going on.
I want to meet these women that are like, oh yeah, that's doing it for me.
I'm telling you, and it is the whole lion, tiger, snake thing is weird. I mean, if you want a predatory sex cult, get it started.
So Tampa Bay
I've been having one going for years, man.
Well, you're out in California.
That's true. They hand them out here. It's kind of like, how some places you buy a new home and they give you like a home warranty. Here you buy a new home and they give you a predatory sex cult. They're like, here you go.
You got to sign up for
No
one,
one-
and after several years, you can actually run your own after you've been through the internship.
So I got two things here. One, that was the most awful humble brag I've ever heard somebody say about with trying to be 3 tiers away from Joe Exotic, but not nice,
closer to
Blake.
Joe
I like
Exotic
that.
than Kevin Bacon, man.
And two, it
Hold
was
on.
reported.
Unless Neil or Annalise know Kevin Bacon.
Do you know Kevin Bacon?
Annalise might. I don't.
See? All right.
Why
Maybe-
is she not on the show?
Because she's way above our pay grade. Why do you think you're stuck with me? She's right now in the kitchen wondering why she's stuck with me. So don't worry about it.
She's in the kitchen going, "It's 6 o'clock. Why is this fucker not in bed yet?"
That's right. She's ready to go out. She's doing her makeup. She's like, he should be asleep by now. I did not sign up for this. Jesus criminy.
Honey, where are you going? I'm going to bed too, Neil. I'll meet you in bed in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you putting a mini skirt on? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
comfy.
why are you handing me another drink? That's fine. Just drink it. You'll be fine.
And the second thing is the Tampa police, due to Tiger King, I think it's Tampa police, they are getting more tips in about Carol and her dead husband than they ever have before. So
Yeah, they reopened the case.
did they?
Yeah, I read it this afternoon.
I kind of feel bad for the Tampa police because they don't really seem that into it anyway. But now they're just having all this work thrown on them, and they're like, we already dealt with this. Why are you making us do it again?
It's that fucking cat lady again. God dang it.
Right.
Yes, Jeff.
Am I the only person in the country that has no desire to see this?
You have to watch it.
The
It is a
more I
beast.
hear about it, the less I want to see.
We're
I
not
don't.
even-
I don't like watching other people's train wreck lives. I think
I
that's a
don't really
terrible
don't
thing.
either,
to
and I
couple
haven't
with.
even seen it, but I've heard so much about it, and I'm so invested already that I can't wait to watch it. All I need is his face on a t-shirt. Okay, that's it. Now Blake is dressed up like Deadpool, going door to door, but on he's wearing the t-shirt of the guy's face and just putting out his hand, and now they're giving him not only toilet paper but paper towels and freaking bacon cheeseburgers. Blake's got it nailed.
Does he have a snake with him though? A venomous snake.
Does he just spit snakes in
and
people's
chow
face?
mix. And kitty chow mix.
That's it. Yeah.
No, but seriously, I think I at first really didn't want to, but I'm like, all right, I'll give it an episode. But it sucked me into the doldrums because really it's what everybody loves. You got this guy who is like, his personality is really super and big, and it's just so insane and out there. And then he gets so big, he eventually collapses and basically destroys himself, essentially what it comes down to. And and you got, it's just a world of con men, it's a world of cheats, it's a world of liars, it's a world of hypocrites and frauds, and these are like legitimate, quote unquote zoo people that are supposed to be running this kind of thing. And you're right. Jason when was talking last week, he was rooting for the Tigers to eat everybody. I understand now. I was rooting for the Tigers to eat somebody too, but not, but unfortunately,
We come so damn close in that one episode.
Oh, when
Well,
he grabs the
Tigers ain't
leg.
one person.
Yeah, and he starts shooting. I'm
Oh.
like, if you shoot the fucking tiger, buddy.
Yeah, the whole time I liked how nobody on staff was helping Joe Exotic when the
Yeah.
tiger was biting his leg. Fuck it, he's fine.
How could it be to be
What do you-
referred to as Joe Exotic, though? I don't care what my name is. If someone just said, like, hey, what's up, Joe Exotic? I'd be like, hell yeah, I made it.
Blake, what episode are you on?
I finished it.
Oh, okay, good.
It could have been probably 5 episodes. I mean, they could have cut some of the stuff out that dragged it out to, was it 7, I think. But I'll tell you what, you loathe every character in that documentary. Even the big cat, rescue lady, Carol,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
a fraud. She's like, his people work slave labor, $100 a week. And so how much do you pay these people? Oh, they're all volunteers. I don't pay anybody. And if they volunteer for 5 years, they get a gold T-shirt.
Yeah, it's like a pyramid scheme for volunteers.
It is complete. It is a complete racket. She has got everything, everything. She's just as bad as the people that she was trying to shut down and prosecute. Even her place is as crappy as the other places.
Intern, just to let you know, it's only 3 years to get the gold shirt on Hobie. So just letting you know, it's only 3 years. You got 2 more years. You're doing good. You're doing good.
All right, I think I can hang on. I think I can hold on. I'm not sure. We gotta get Jim back in the fold before I can really fully commit.
Jim has basically become Homer Simpson when he decided to gain all the weight and get disability and not work. Jim has decided that he thinks Hobie has a disability pension. He's sitting on the couch watching TV, and unfortunately, we don't have a disability pension or payment here.
Or fortunately, you don't.
Jim's the one of us that's still going to work.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. My doorbell rings literally every Tuesday at 8:00, and it's Jim. Can I come in for the Bob Studios? Nope. You need to leave every single week. Every single week.
Can get to the Bob Studios.
I was gonna say who's bringing him out there.
How many people do you have standing outside the windows of the Bob Studio these days?
Doctor number one.
We got 6. But they're 36 feet apart altogether, so it makes it look bigger.
It's one big ass window these days.
So it's looking good. I think we're okay. Actually, there's Annalise that just walked by now. You sure she's at your house?
No, well, if she's in a miniskirt, then you know where she's going.
The Hobie Studio.
That's it.
Oh, goodness. I do like in Tiger King, though, that every character they introduce is a worse person than the one before them. Like, it just gets gradually worse and worse. Except for the strip club owner. He's on a jet ski, and he just looks awesome as anything.
Everyone gets worse and worse except for the strip club owner. All right, fair enough.
The biggest question I had was, why did the producers think it was a good idea to interview the hitman while he was in the bathtub?
He did. They did. And he was slowly getting into the bathtub. Just slowly.
Let's see. You have a felon, and he's talking about a murder for hire, and he's hopping into the bathtub, and you're like, what the hell is going on? And why isn't he in jail? He took money to kill somebody. What the hell? I don't understand. And then, yeah, exactly. The former strip club owner. Hey, let's get this shot. Hey, it's probably his idea. Hey, get this shot right of me, my jet ski coming at you.
Now, if like a year and a half ago, somebody came up and pitched this story to you guys, and they're like, hey, here's a story. Now, overall, it sounds intriguing with when you don't see how they shot it. Like, just the story itself. You're like, what? But then they're like, okay, so there's going to be this scene that's really important to us where there's going to be this guy who's a hitman who's going to slowly get in the bathtub. Would you have all been like, you know what? Yes, and Netflix is going to pick this up. We've got it made. We got a hit on our hands. Let's do it.
And I got Paul Giamatti on the phone to play the hitman, so we can get him in it. He's going slowly into a bathtub. Joe Exotic is played by Dax Shepard because that's what he wants now.
Yeah, I saw that Dax Shepard is campaigning to get the role.
I don't know if that's a flattering. I don't know if that's a flattering role to play or not. Honestly.
Yeah, so, that serves better. Is it better for Joe Exotic or Dax Shepard? Like,
it's better for Joe Exotic.
Yeah, I would say.
So I guess there's another TV series that's coming out about this where Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live is playing Carol. So it's going to be like a made for TV kind of thing.
I was hoping she was going to play.
Why? This miniseries has done everything. What was that, Neil?
I said I was hoping she was going to play Joe Exotic.
She could pull it off.
She could.
Sure she could.
You know what? She could even play her annoying husband that you just want to punch in the face too. That snarky bastard.
Get Kate McKinnon to play everyone.
That would be amazing.
Can we put Muppets in here too? Can some Muppets play?
I think Muppets are in this one, isn't it? I mean, judging by the screenshots that I've seen.
So Neil, I'm not going to spoil it, and we'll move on here in a second. But the best part about Tiger King is that the guy, the strip club owner, who eventually helps out the feds. The reason why he helped the feds is that he didn't want them to take away his illegal lemur that he keeps in a cage at his pet store. That is the main reason.
Listen, I got Buddy the lemur. I don't want to lose Buddy. You just, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. You involved in drugs? No, man, but I got the Tiger King. All right. You're gonna leave Buddy the lemur alone.
We will send him back to Madagascar. Don't make us. No, don't.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So, anyways, Twitter poll of the week.
That would be a hell of a pet to have, though. Like, single guy, you're out, you meet somebody real special, you invite them back to your house, and they're like, yeah, I've got a pet named Buddy. The person you invite probably thinks maybe it's a dog, maybe a cat, most likely a dog. Walk in and there's just a lemur in a cage, and you're like, nope, that's Buddy. That's all Buddy does.
You know what?
What was pretty funny is that
what's pretty funny is in the first episode, he's the guy you realize he's talking about. Well, those monkey people are kind of different, but then you got the tiger and cat people, and they just stab everybody in the back, a different sort. And then later you find out he's a dirtbag.
But those lemur people are on the up and up. Don't you mess with those lemur people.
Yeah, lemur and sloth people are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll vote for sloths.
I could see Jeff owning a sloth.
Yeah.
Jeff,
well, you know what? Actually, Jeff, don't watch the series, whatever you do, because, we at least need a sliver of humanity out there that's left.
Wow, if I'm humanity's last hope, we're in trouble.
All I know is I'm getting my stimulus check from the government, thanks Trump, and I'm buying a fucking tiger cub for $3,000. Hell yeah.
Trump,
I'm
it's
pumped.
your money. Don't thank him. You're just getting a $100 a month tax rebate. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
And Jason, you're going to have to shave your goatee and grow that soul patch, man. You got a cat, you got a soul patch.
Tempting.
Oh, I'll send you the wig.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh. The whole thing was just shocking that you could buy a tiger cub for $3,000. That was the biggest thing I was shocked by.
You're on your own for the Prince Albert, Jason. Just to let you know, you're on your own.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Too
too much
exotic,
information.
the Prince Albert.
And we know this
because
it tells you.
Cheers it. It's part of this personality.
Oh wow.
See, that's not something that they need to even put in this show. That information doesn't advance the plot.
Neil
That's
has no ranks. Does that advance the plot?
I don't have anymore.
Listener feedback sponsored by.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
Oh, I think we lost him.
Oh no, Neil froze up. No.
I froze up. Am I frozen still?
No, you're unfrozen.
So you start talking about my nip to freeze up.
Either that or you froze yourself and just went.
Probably.
Twitter poll of the week. You can find us at Bad Ideas Podcast. I think that's us. Yeah, Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. Vote for the most annoying character on television. We have Theo from A Million Little Things. That little shit. Ugh. Mom,
You love that shit,
go
don't you,
away.
Neil?
Yes, I watch it how often does it come out? Every day, every week,
Weekly?
every Saturday. I watch it all the time. Theo, my favorite.
He's a 10-year-old little snot. Oh God.
So is this
let me
a
give you a little
prequel to? Is it a prequel to the Cosby Show?
No,
different
wrong
Theo.
Theo.
Oh, wrong
Oh,
different Theo.
yeah,
Sorry.
Every week, my wife and I finally caught up on this season. Well, it's amazing what happens when you can't leave the house. So we watched like 5 episodes in 3 days at 3 nights, and every single episode, I'm like, this kid's 10 years old. I'm like, fuck this kid. God, can somebody hit him with a car? Because I can't stand this kid. And my wife's like, you do realize? I was like, well, I don't want the actor to die. I just want the character to die. Because
I like how your wife needed clarification that you felt you needed to say, I don't want the actor to die? Like there was a question somewhere, and you looked at her and you're like, oh, honey, I got to clarify this for you because you might think I actually want this poor actor to die.
So the reverse way that got me annoyed with him is that his mom and dad are going through a tough time because his dad cheated on his mom. And so his mom goes away, has a mental breakdown, rightfully so. And the dad says, this is the best thing. Well, your mom, who's an attorney, she had to go away and go to Arizona because, she's prosecuting a case so they don't fill in the Grand Canyon. The kid's fucking 10 years old. And he believes it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. What kind of show is this? The show's about the kid?
No.
No, he's a minor character.
All right. Okay. All right. I was like, holy hell. This is this is not good.
How much I hate this character. He's only in it 5 minutes a week, and I still fucking hate him this much.
My goodness.
So fuck this character.
So we know what Jason voted for.
Then we had Urkel from Family Matters. Did I do that? We have Piper from Orange is the New Black, because fuck her, she's annoying. And Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That was said with such authority. That got personal real quick.
Real quick.
Ted was the one telling the story?
Yes.
Okay.
Not very well, but he did.
Right.
Let's see. So in last place, Piper from Orange is the New Black got 19%.
I just think less people watch that show.
Ted. Yeah, we have 6 episodes left of the whole series, and we still can't get to it yet. It's not bad. It's just we haven't gotten around to it. Ted from How I Met Your Mother got 21%. And then winning 38%. Winning 38% to 22%. Urkel beat Theo. What the hell is wrong with you, America?
No, Urkel is the most annoying television character. They changed the show because the character was so annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an okay show before him, and then it just became a terrible piece of garbage after they did the show around him.
It's so hard to see him in anything else and not think Urkel.
Well, see, that one Bobby Moynihan show that was out, Me, Myself, and I.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Julia White played his best friend and whatnot, and I didn't think Urkel when I saw him there.
Yeah, well, good. Well, freaking good for Urkel.
So I'm glad the actor can be separated. I am able to do that.
I think you're just doing this so Jason doesn't run over people.
All I'm saying is, anytime I see that Theo out in another show, the actor and the character, if he shows up in a spinoff, I'm gonna fucking piss over everything. Fuck that character.
Now we got to get the studio to spin him off into his own show, do Theo's World and what the kids heist or
anything that the actor's ever in. I will just be tweeting you all the time. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Screen cap.
He's in a couple Hallmark Christmas movies coming up, so you'll be fine.
I'll be good.
Mommy saved the Grand Canyon. Fuck you, Theo. Are you that dumb?
Oh my
God.
Jason will be 80 getting texts from Neil saying, hey, he's in this. Did you catch this?
And all I'm going to get back is, fuck you, Theo. Fuck you, Theo.
Titles for the show.
I told my wife what our Twitter poll of the week was, and she's like, "Who are these people?" And I tell her their show, and she's like, "Oh, I don't remember their names that well." And she's like, "Urkel? Why did you put Urkel on? That's 20 years ago." She's like, "Are you guys going to be in 20 years doing this podcast and talking about somebody from Theo still?" And I was like, probably. Yeah, we probably will be talking about Theo in 20 years from now.
Yep, we will.
And I said, and then I made a joke about Dobie Gillis, the Dobie Gillis show, and she's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
What's a Dobie Gillis?
It's a show from the late 50s, early 60s.
Oh my God.
It's one of my all-time favorites. Like when Nick at Night first started, it was one they showed all the time.
Dobie, what was it? What was Dobie Gillis about? It sounds like is he a sailor?
Not a high school kid.
He's not Popeye.
Yeah, the many loves of Dobie Gillis.
Dobie Gillis. It just sounds kind of sailory.
It's where Bob Denver got his start.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So then I went into this whole thing because we didn't have cable growing up. I was telling my wife last night, we were laying there. I was like, yeah, after doing
goddamn violins, we get it. You didn't have cable. Fine.
He brings it up every week.
I had to watch Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger 182 times, Neil, okay?
One good Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. So
yeah,
it's a
good movie.
So I was telling my wife about Dobie Gillis and Beverly Hillbillies, and you know how I really loved those shows growing up because that's what we had on TV. You know, Addams Family and Munsters, and you know Andy Griffith. And she literally cut me off, and she's like, "Are you done talking about this?" And I was like, "I am now."
You're like, "Yes, absolutely."
So I'm glad that we had a podcast this week. No one else will talk to me in the house.
Although to say something for that character Urkel, that people that are younger than us still know who that freaking character is.
He is going to go down in history in 20 years as one of the most annoying characters, him and Theo. Everyone's going to say, do you remember that fucking Theo kid?
By everyone but you.
It is funny, like Blake, all I can think of, not necessarily Blake, but all I can think of is Theo from the Huxtables. Yeah. That's it.
The one that did not get knocked out by Bill Cosby.
We don't know. Obviously, Theo wouldn't know either.
I really like that sweater you got, Theo. Here, take a drink. Wait a minute, is that my sweater? Nah, that's fine. It's fine.
Have a pudding pop.
There's Blake.
It does give a different meaning to the term chocolate pudding pop.
Neil, you put the roofie in the pudding pop. That's the roofie. I'm Bill Cosby.
I'm Bill Cosby.
I was wondering who you were.
You know, look at myself on video doing the impression. I kind of look silly.
No, you're nailing it. Keep going. You should do it more at dinner parties, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you know, whenever family's around.
My cocaine. We named the dog Indiana. I'm Dr. Jones.
Sounds a lot like you're Christopher Walken.
Hey. I don't do Christopher Walken, okay? That any hack can do that character.
Except you.
See, I keep trying to get him for the Comic-Con. Maybe he'll do it this year. At the Comic-Con, he should start off with prizes say, guess who my impersonations are? And they get him to agree to do it. And then he starts off with, I'm Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Who am I? And if they can still guess it correctly, they get a Funko prize.
That would be good. That would actually be really cool.
Yeah, it would be a great stick.
Yeah.
All right, guess who this impersonation is? Hi, I'm Kevin Spacey.
Everyone.
Kevin Spacey? Congratulations, you win a Funko.
So is the Kevin Spacey cosplay like just walking around in a suit and then having little boys run past you, chains on them? Is that him? Is that more like the cosplay?
I didn't say you needed to cosplay as Kevin Spacey.
Oh, okay. I could, because I'm Kevin Spacey. Anyway, hey, Jeff, what are you doing September 11th through the 13th? Nice segue.
If I'm out of quarantine, I'll be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
We are the only Comic-Con convention expo that is not canceled. So suck it, Wizard World.
Are we the only one?
Maybe.
Really, the only one? Do you know that?
We're right till proven wrong. Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 11th through the 13th.
Till proven wrong.
Get your tickets at Duke Energy Convention Center. They're announcing a lot of great artists. Comic book artists are in there. And actors and actresses, we're going to hold off on just because, you know, who knows what's going to happen. So, but get your tickets.
We'll live by then.
No, not that.
Yeah, I'm introducing my new comic book there called Social Distancing. I've got a new mini episode coming out on YouTube called Flatten the Curve. So you guys check that out.
You should do a comic
toilet paper.
You should do a comic book of called Social Distancing, and every 6 pages there's just one character. That's it. Just every 6 pages.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the Green New Deal to include recycled toilet paper, so we'll see how that goes.
I already
I'm going to change the name to the Brown New Deal. Just saying.
Yeah. So recycled toilet paper, that means toilet paper that's made from recyclable products, not
No. That means used toilet paper that you get to reuse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, I'm not so sure. Remember, we used to all get our lunches in brown paper bags. Maybe that was recycled toilet paper. We just didn't know the whole time. I don't know.
Oh. God.
So tell more about this, where we're gonna have my new comic book. So you guys have a whole booth, or you guys having? You don't want to announce the actors and actresses that you have because you don't know that they'll actually be there. So
rumor is that we're not going to have a booth this year, but something bigger. So can't announce it yet.
A live show.
Can't announce anything yet. But
Blake is bringing the toilet paper that he took from his neighbors.
We're having toilet paper wars.
That's it.
The Meow Mix.
We did have a panel last year. We did have a trivia panel last year. That was very well received. So we are going to look forward to doing another panel this year. But that's not the only thing. We will have a booth, but something bigger too. So we can't announce anything yet until it gets a little bit closer, and that we can make sure that the expo is still going on.
I am now pushing for toilet paper wars, where you build your fortress out of toilet paper, but the toilet paper is also your ammo. So it's your offense and defense. So you have to know how much you need to protect yourself versus how much to throw.
That's pretty good.
You think they would let us do that at the expo?
No, but Fox broadcast channel just greenlit your show for 6 seasons.
Copyright.
Going on.
I copyright that.
Yeah, right. And now
trademark.
Speaking of game shows, is anyone watching Lego Masters on Fox?
Oh my God, I cannot. No, don't even.
I was so excited.
Isn't it the guy who plays? What's his name?
Will Arnett.
Yes. Isn't he the host of the show?
Mm-hmm.
And people build Lego stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I saw one ad where one guy had tears in his eyes and he looked at a girl and says, "I don't even think you understand Legos."
Yes.
And I'm like, I kind of have to see this show now.
I've seen an episode. They time lapse it for 14 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like HGTV House Hunters with Lego building, and Will Arnett tries to be funny.
It's a great.
So it sounds like every show we watch at 3:30 in the afternoon when we have dinner.
I like how it started at 5:30 and now it's going to be noon.
I'm just trying to be honest. It's
a great It's a great family show. I really love it. We watch it every week with all the kids. Even my 3.5-year-old love it. But it's a fun show. I mean, it's nothing serious, but it's impressive to see everybody on the stage like building these Legos, and me, I'm like, can I just glue this shit? I don't understand it. I don't understand what you're doing, but it's impressive. I mean, if I had to spend 14 hours building a Lego thing, God, kill me. Ugh.
Jason, I'm going to sound like a jerk here, and I'd like to say I apologize for this, but I don't. But if your 3.5-year-old is the bar that you set for something that's supposed to be a good family show, I'm kind of concerned that this Lego thing is a disaster.
You know what though, Neil? At least my 3.5-year-old realizes that they're not filling in the fucking Grand Canyon. Fuck video.
Fair enough.
I told my youngest that, and I was like, yeah, they're going to fill in the Grand Canyon. He's like, Dad, don't be an idiot. No, they're not. And I was like, thank you.
I'm going to laugh if now on the Lego show, one of the things they have to build is the Grand Canyon. And you're like, oh.
And then they fill it in.
Fuck that. Blake, are you ready for some listener feedback?
Yeah, I guess I am. You guys ready?
Actually, we're going to keep recording video, but I'm actually making sure this. Yeah, make sure the audio's okay. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see. I'm just
Ooh, a
making
behind the scenes peek for everyone watching it on YouTube.
I like all this work that goes into your podcast. What's that like?
There's no work.
Hold on, everybody.
Look at how serious Jason looks. Everyone watch him. Watch him watch the screen.
Well, I'm trying to listen, but all you fuckers are talking.
Huh?
Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Oh man, I can't wait for that show to end.
Okay, good.
There's like only a good 5 minutes in that entire episode this week.
You talking about Walking Dead?
Yes.
He heard the whispers.
Yeah.
Look
how serious he looks. Look
I
at that.
know. Do we still have to be quiet?
No, you're fine. You can talk.
Oh, our video listeners are bored by now. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Our video listeners.
Wait, we're recording this? Oh.
Oh shit.
I do like for we've been on this for 6 years, and people have asked us, hey, why don't you do a video while you're doing podcasting?
I've thought that as soon as I realized that a lot of people did do podcast videos, and then we started doing it, I'm like, I don't understand why you guys don't.
Well, you see us, right?
Yeah, but you
don't need to see this. We're
the
not all as
reactions
handsome
that
as
you guys have is so good. Jason doing his voices and then backing away from the microphone like he just freaking nailed the national anthem at the Super Bowl is epic. I mean, just that right there would get you views up the wazoo. He's like, oh, fuck, I got that. You know what? We're fucking done, bro. We're done.
Let me do this. Remember when I told you I would kill you last?
That's right, Merrick. You did. You said you'd kill me last.
I lied. Boom.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
Done. That is commando right there. Oh my God.
Hold on, before you guys get to your listener feedback, I do have to go.
Okay.
Because I'm going to turn into a pumpkin in like 3 minutes. But I wanted to thank you for letting me join you all. It was very nice. Brian, this is my first time hanging out with you and seeing you.
Mine as well.
It was a great time.
Yeah.
Watching you set this up was one of the best parts. The look on your face and everything going on was awesome. It was great to talk to you. Blake, my friend, I love hearing from you. It was a lot of fun to get to chat with you again. Congratulations on all the success of the Hobie podcast for all of you. Jeff and Jason, you guys know, absolutely I adore you, and thank you for letting me jump on here on my drunk, tipsy tirade, talking about all these lovely shows. Let me thank you for allowing me to bring all the knowledge I have on these TV shows and sharing them with everybody. I appreciate it.
Well, I will say, Neil, any Tuesday you want to jump on, at least for the next 6 weeks, we're going to be Skyping in.
All right.
Jump on in. Even if it's 9 o'clock our time, 9:30, be 6:30 your time. You see us on, just jump on.
All right.
Click in.
We'll
throw you on
that. I appreciate that. So thanks, guys. I love you guys a lot. Congratulations on the many, many years of podcasting. You guys rock. Have a great rest of your show, and we'll chat again soon.
All right.
See you, Neil. Stay safe.
All right. See you.
All right. See you, Neil. Thanks.
Okay.
Well, that was Neil.
Down to 3. That was Neil. Finishing up the podcast here, and then we're going to start with the listener feedback here in just a second.
Yeah. Now
I'm getting a refill.
Now I'm depressed. Neil's gone. I don't want to do anything anymore.
I can see who else is out there. Let's see. Anyone else? I'm just going to call Dark Angels again. Maybe we'll get Annalise this time. Poor Annalise. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay. It's good podcast and video there. Jeff, how you doing?
I need another beer.
Everyone's leaving me.
Well, I'm not getting one because I'd have to go downstairs, and that's too much.
Too much work.
I'll be gone for too long.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm looking to see if there's anybody we can call real quick.
Your poll for next week should be the Joe Exotic character people like the most. See what kind of
which character came off the best in Tiger King?
Which character in Tiger King did you like best?
Okay, Blake, I'm ready.
And then one of your answers could be the Tigers.
Anyone but them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go ahead, Blake. Go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1.
All right, that's time for bomb listener feedback. Sponsored by Depression. Because Neil left and I just don't have any support anymore.
Neil did leave. Neil had to leave.
We have to finish the show though, because we're troopers.
I gotta move on. Listener feedback. We start with Doug.
Number 1 fan.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Formerly known as
Ape Hands.
Ape Hands.
Dad.
Now he's a national hero.
Yeah.
National hero is being added now.
Yeah, fuck yeah. He's out there he's dealing with people. And again, real quick, PSA, please stop hugging your mailman. Stop going up and talking to them. They have a job and they need to stay 6 feet away.
You're supposed to stay 6 feet away. Don't people realize this yet?
No.
Aren't you supposed to be microwaving your mail after he touches it?
His hands are so big that the chance of you getting the virus from that hand to the mail is very slim. I mean, it's all the way at the back of his hand. He's fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
So,
I thought it was the other way around. His hand is so big that there's more area that could be germ infested.
Yeah, that's probably a better answer. What do we got, Blake?
Watching Rocky 2. That's what he said. How many times are they going to let Rocky push Apollo into the ropes? #cheater.
Well, if Apollo would just go down on the mat, he wouldn't push him into the ropes.
It was a clean fight.
It's actually Bill Cosby's defense too.
Wow.
Hackney, let me ask you this. You're the Rocky guy. I've watched them now recently, almost all of them. If these ever went to a decision, Rocky would get his ass kicked in the decision by the judges, right? Every single time. He takes a beating in every match.
Yes. If for anybody who takes 7,012 punches in 13 rounds, you automatically should lose.
Well, he did lose in Rocky, the first one, because it went to decision. And he lost.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's correct.
And technically, in 5, he couldn't. There wouldn't be a decision because it was a street fight.
Yep. But 5 doesn't exist, I thought.
That's correct.
I really need to go back to Rocky Balboa. And see how he did get greenlit into box again. I keep forgetting to do that.
So the other day he did he was live on Instagram and doing kind of like a Q&A, and somebody asked him out of all of the Rocky movies which one he liked the most and was the best, and both his answer to both was Rocky Balboa, the 6th one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's a good
one. That one surprised me. That one surprised me a lot.
I mean, the boxing match in it was pretty bad at the end, but that wasn't what the movie was about anyway. So.
Yeah, I really love Creed. I still got to watch Creed 2, actually. Damn it.
Yeah.
But I love Creed. I thought that was
is
very well done.
Really good. And he is not coming back for the 3rd.
I like Michael. Are they making a 3rd Creed?
Yep. Michael B. Jordan's going to be acting and directing.
Ooh.
Wow. Good for him. Blake, what else we got?
Next we got from the Superiority Complex.
Soup.
Yeah, the podcast that thinks they're better than everybody else. So the best all-time video game for social distancing.
All right, I'll jump in here first. I've been playing The Sims because it gives me the illusion that I'm walking around town meeting people.
Well done.
And it was free on the PlayStation Network this month, so I downloaded it and I'm playing The Sims, and I'm like, feels like I'm just outside meeting new people all day long.
Can I go to your town if I download it and play with you?
I have no clue.
Oh, okay. Oh, fine then. Forget it.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I tend not to do multiplayer games, so I don't know.
You know what?
I'm going to say mine.
You should go ahead and just make a character named Jason, and then hunt him down like in The Hunt.
Hey.
I'll make a child and name him Theo and just run him over with a car.
There you go.
Over and over. That fucking kid. So I'm going to say Red Dead Redemption. I started getting back into that game because you can waste tons of hours on it just doing nothing, exploring the forest and the bayou and everything else. So your sad existence of being quarantined in a house does make it go quicker. Your day does go quicker because you look up and it's been 8 hours. And also in Red Dead. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
Jeff.
I was just going to say, so
your
pick is the complete opposite of mine, where I'm playing a game where I'm away from everybody, hiding out in the woods, versus playing a game where the whole point is social interaction and meeting other people.
Yeah. And if people bother you, you just shoot them in Red Dead. You just shoot them. That's it. Have a good day. I don't need it. What?
Yeah, you ask any
you got anything?
20-something and younger, it's Fortnite. I swear to God, I think all my nephews do nothing but play Fortnite about 12 hours a day.
See, I couldn't play Fortnite because it's pretty much a multiplayer game, and I don't like those. So,
yeah, I never liked Fortnite. I never got into it.
I've never even attempted to even look at what it was. So,
yeah, I've watched one of my nephews play it for a while, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
People running around shooting things.
It's great for people with short-term memory. That's our entire younger generation. Yeah, but I was thinking, that'd be a good time if I got the opportunity, because I have to telework from home every day, and every day seems like a same thing over and over again. If I had time, I would start up Rome Total War 2 or go dig up Civilization like I used to, play those games all day for like hours at a time.
How is Civilization?
I probably haven't played any of the newer versions since after like 4 or 6. I can't remember, but I used to have a lot of fun with it. I never liked how the AI, they always turned on you no matter what. So you're always, and there was always one space age civilization that was way ahead of you no matter what. And so it get kind of irritating.
Civilization is one of the series I should play, because apparently a lot of people learn a lot of trivia facts based on playing that game that I keep losing in my trivia leagues. People are like, oh, I knew that from my Civ game.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I didn't play that. I didn't know. I've never even heard of this guy that 50% of the people taking this quiz knew the answer to.
I've been playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch, and that's been a fun game. Basically, it's fun just to get the superheroes, and it's a basic smash-up game. You just beat everyone down, but it's a fun game, though. I've enjoyed it, and my oldest and I started teaming up and playing. But I think there's 50 characters you can get in the game, and you can make your own teams. And that, Jeff, you'll be happy to know Wolverine has only been played one time for me. Fuck that guy.
I'd rather not.
Real quick, I did play. We did buy King of Tokyo, the tabletop game. Really enjoy it. really enjoyed it. We actually played it right before I came on the air tonight, and all my kids have liked it. And my wife really likes it too. So if you're looking for a tabletop game, King of Tokyo, it's been out for a long time. It's a popular one, but I'm really pretty happy with it. We did play Terror Below. That's a Tremors-like type of tabletop game, and the instructions, I was warned at the game shop that the instructions are not clear, so you have to kind of make up your own, like you kind of interpret it your own way. And we played one game on it, one practice game and one real game, and we've enjoyed it. I think we're going to play another one tomorrow night, but that's another. It's a pretty fun game with it, especially if you like Tremors and the cheesy B movies like that. So just my little recommendations. Big games. So, intern, you got anything for this question for video games?
Nah, I don't have a system anymore.
Okay.
So
any Atari 2600 games?
All Atari 2600.
Yeah, all of them.
River Raid. Oh, I love River Raid. Blake, what else you got?
All right, next we got we haven't heard from these guys in a while. The Home Video Hustle. Yeah. What weapon are you going to pick for this upcoming zombie apocalypse? That's a good question. Options: baseball bat, crowbar, hammer, gun with 12 bullets.
Blake,
go
I
ahead,
say
Jay.
we go to Blake on this because he's the military guy. Blake,
right.
What do you pick?
Gun with 12 bullets. No, because you only got 12 bullets.
Yeah, you run out.
Hammer, that requires you to get too close. Crowbar, that's going to get stuck in the skulls. That's why you got to go Negan and go baseball bat, baby.
Ooh, I'd go crowbar because baseball bat being wood, one bad hit breaks it. I mean, you see, you see baseball bats being broken on curveballs. I mean, come on.
Yep, I said crowbar.
Not if you know how to swing a bat.
Wow,
so you're saying professional major leaguer Blake.
Well, it's just bad pitches.
Well, yeah, but the zombies aren't going to take it easy on you. They're going to give you bad pitches.
Louisville Slugger, baby. Let's go. With some barbed wire around it. All right. Nick Albright. I guess this is a question for everybody. He's into group Hobie right now. Jeff, don't get jealous.
I'm not jealous.
Oh, there you go. What are the best board games to play while in isolation? That's obviously a Jason and you guys question.
Well, I will say, in isolation, you're probably looking at some good single player games.
Solitaire.
Yeah. No, that's a terrible game to play. No. But if you're looking for a board game, almost everybody says for a one-player game, Mage Knight is the best. I've never played it myself, but
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I would recommend. Let's see, I'm looking at this list here. Eldritch Horror, I've played with groups, but that could be played solo and looks to be very intriguing. They've got Terraforming Mars on this list, and I really like that game. That's one of my all-time favorites. So those are the three I would suggest.
I'm going to go to you on that one. Good job, Jeff.
Works for me.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
What else we got, Blake?
Next we got from 143 at Breaker 6696. Best city in the USA.
Whatever city I'm in.
Whatever city I'm in on vacation. Okay.
I'm going to say Dominican Republic. It's a country, but I'm going with that.
It's not a city.
And he's not good at geography either. Good choice.
No,
James.
not in the USA. I mean,
in the USA. I'm going to say I do like Pittsburgh. I like the city of Pittsburgh. It's a good town to visit. Teams are awful.
Yeah, it's like they have the Steelers and they get winter. So those are two very bad things about Pittsburgh.
I totally misread the question. I thought it said best city to visit. Oh, best city in the USA? Toronto. What do you got, intern?
Fuck you.
I'll say Boston.
Okay.
Man, are you another Patriots dude?
I am.
You
Boston.
Real quick,
I hope you guys go 6-10 this year, and I'm gonna love it.
I think they're gonna go like 3-13, so they can draft Trevor Lawrence next year.
Even better.
You think 3-13 will be enough to get the number 1 draft pick? Come on, the Bengals had to do worse than that.
Intern Hackney, you're the football guy here since Jim is becoming Homer Simpson. Can you explain to me? I heard a tweet today that Miami Dolphins really want Joe Burrow. Do you think the Bengals, hear that and feel bad for the Dolphins and just give them the number 1 pick?
No. If the Dolphins wanted that pick, they should have lost week 16. If they wanted it that bad, they knew all they had to do was lose, and that's it. But they didn't. They won.
They after the Bengals came back in regulation, they won it in overtime and lost Joe Burrow because of it.
So
I think there's about 27 teams that would want Joe Burrow too. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Honestly, I mean, this is the second time around that this story is making the rounds in sports talk. So I think it's honestly people are stir crazy and they're just running out of shit to talk about.
Yeah, the first time around, didn't you get banned from Twitter?
I did. I did.
I am kind of shocked Andy Dalton, the Bengals quarterback, has not been traded yet.
Honestly, it'll probably happen around the draft, would be my guess.
Yeah. Package
just
him with
because
something.
Everything kind of they were like right in the middle of free agent signings and all that stuff, and then, the world shut down. So
now the question is, how many of these potential draft picks are actually going to survive the COVID disease and be available to be drafted?
Get out. Get out.
I'm already out. You wouldn't let me in to begin with.
That's right. Get the fuck away. I don't know. You know why? Stay the fuck home, people. I will say, I'm kind of shocked Cam Newton has not gone anywhere. There's not even been like a rumor about him, has there?
No, nothing.
I don't think anybody's interested in him because, he's gone off of kind of a deep end there in the past couple of years, and the goofy, videos that he's put up with Twitter talking about, I have to be honest to myself, and so I'm not going to play this year because I don't feel healthy. And I understand that's true, but when you're doing it sitting there, wearing feathers and cigars, I mean, it looks a little goofy if you ask me.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Go ahead, Blake. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm done.
I was just, I feel like everything about him has turned into more about what he wears at the podium after the game than what he did on the field.
I'm excited because he's going to be the starting quarterback for the XFL Roughnecks, Houston Roughnecks next year. I'm excited about that.
If the XFL recovers.
Oh yeah, they're good.
You're
they
right.
Have enough for 3 years at least, they said.
They'll sign him, and then he won't feel like playing because he has like a boo-boo on his elbow or something. I don't know.
I did like Antonio Brown did say, the receivers said that, he's looking at coming back and he would really like to play with Tom Brady. Well, fuck yeah, so would I. I mean, come on. Shut the fuck up, Brown.
So supposedly there was that was a big thing with him going back to New England, was that's one of the things that he asked for if he came back, was if they would bring him back, and they told him no.
Yeah, why would you bring him back? Because you're looking at least like a half season suspension, if not more.
Yeah, as soon as he signs a contract, he gets suspended for minimum 8 games, probably.
No, but you have him for the postseason.
Yeah, but I think you got two big egos, and they both want to go out and prove each other wrong.
I'm intrigued though to see what Brady's going to do in Tampa, because he's got some good receivers down there.
He's got offensive talent all
Yeah.
around.
And a very good offensive-minded coach. So
yeah, and we're going to see if Mother Nature wins in the long run. Nobody beats Tom.
But Brady and Breeze in the same division now.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with Tampa now because they got rid of Jameis Winston. Fuck that guy. So I'm pretty happy that they got rid of him.
I never liked Jameis.
Yeah, he's another quarterback that's still out there.
He's actually on the Dallas Renegades XFL team. He's the next guy. Tom Landry got moved on.
He's not still stealing lobsters, is he?
No.
I do like Tampa just because they have my ex Arizona Cardinals head coach Bruce Arians. So even my Cardinals have done some moves, so I'm pretty happy with that.
I still think they have the best retro uniforms and some of the best modern uniforms. I like the big Buccaneer flag. I mean, you got a pirate ship in your stadium. I mean, what's there?
That's cute.
You got creamsicle old throwback jerseys.
Yeah, with a stylish Buccaneer there on the side with a knife in his mouth. I mean, it's a lot better than the Raider helmet.
I'm actually more excited about this NFL season than I think I have been in like 3 or 4 years.
Well, that's because we didn't get to watch hockey postseason or any baseball yet. I mean, it's the only
March
talk
Madness.
out there. Yeah, March Madness gone.
Stanley Cup.
It's pretty rough. I'm really hoping that the NFL is staying on track with their draft, and they literally could do one round a day for 6 days, and everybody will watch it.
Honestly, he's right.
Do it.
I'm so starved for like sports. It's unbelievable.
Or they could even divide it up and just do the first half a day, and you can stretch it over 14 days.
Yeah. I'd still watch.
Yeah.
I love baseball, and man, it really is. Absence does make the heart grow fonder because I miss fucking baseball right now. God, I miss it.
Yeah, when scheduled opening day came and went, and the weather was beautiful for baseball.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It really sucks too because me and my buddies, we're running my oldest son's baseball team, and it's like fucking 7 months worth of work, and one week before the season was supposed to start, we got the lockdown, and I'm glad we did. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong on that. And we're hoping to extend the season because it usually ends middle of June because then with football and all that stuff that kids go into, and the rumor is that they're extending it through August. But I'm like, God, all that work for fucking 7 months, and then it's like, damn it. And my son's disappointed. That's the biggest thing because it's the first year running it. So, like I said, and then with just the Reds looking like a good team this year for the first time in ages of all the years.
So one of the things that I saw that the MLB was floating out there was doing neutral site games for everybody with no fans.
You could do that at the spring training facilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that at least to get that started until everybody can actually come in attending en masse.
Sure.
And, it's kind of funny. I was looking at the stats for coronavirus in my county, and it said total cases 8, 5 recovery, 2 hospitalized. And I said, that doesn't equal 8. So much for Ohio, Matt.
Well, you also have a lot of people that haven't been tested because they can't get tested.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not going to know. And again, I'm no doctor, no nurse, nothing. I'm not Dr. Dana. But I don't think we're going to know the extent of how big or bad or not as bad it is until next year or 2 years from now when we finally get the numbers in. And I don't even know if you're going to get the numbers then because I think the issue is that there's been so many people treated that have had it and never
got better.
Yeah, they got better. They think it's a cold. They think it's the flu. Have a good day. So I don't even know if you're ever going to get those numbers in.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to get it. I think it's probably a lot worse than what we realized. It's just that they didn't know it was this Corona-19. I know, I joke around with my wife that she had it in February because she had the flu that knocked her on her ass for a week, and they tested for strain A and strain B, And this is before all this stuff came out. And they're like, well, it didn't test for A or B, but we'll just give you Tamiflu anyways. And so I joke with it. I was like, you could have already had it.
My oldest son, I told you, I said on the podcast, he had it for 2 weeks. He had something for 2 weeks. No flu. It was negative. He had a horrible cough, sore throat, fever that would never go away. And he was knocked on his ass for 2 weeks. And then parents said, yeah, we'll come out and watch him because we had something going on. We're like, it's up to you. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. And within 3 to 4 days, they were knocked on their ass for 2 weeks. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. And again, and then my daughter got a bad cough and fever.
It may be more prevalent than what we know, honestly, tell you the truth. I mean, as we learn more about it over the next 12 months, I think,
Although also aren't there like multiple strains of COVID also? So I don't know if one is worse than the other.
I don't know.
And I'm not saying that my kids had it. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to make it low, but it wouldn't surprise me. It was end of January, beginning of February. Nobody knows for sure. And like I said, it was just odd because my daughter then got a bad cough and bad fever. Then she was, knocked down. She wasn't as bad. I think she was 4 or 5 days. But my son was 2 weeks. My parents were for 2 weeks. And none of them were for flu. It was all negative. So at that point, and then my dad called into the doctors, and they're like, yeah, it's probably the flu. We're going to give you Tamiflu, like Blake said, with his wife. So, again, I don't know. There's so many strains of stuff out there. Who knows? But it wouldn't surprise me. My wife and I started looking at it, like with my oldest son. And the other night, we started going down everything. It's like, well, he had all these symptoms. Who knows if he had it? I mean, he was 9, and
Yeah, and you don't want to go take him to get tested because at the moment he's healthy, and you're just wasting a test on somebody that's, sick and who may need it,
And when he was out that week of school, it was like a week and a half to 2 weeks. He just kept going back and forth with fever. There was 9 other kids that were sick in his class. So, and they were out that long. So obviously there was something going on. And again, who knows what it was, but I don't think you're ever going to know the numbers. That's the sad thing.
You're never going to know exactly how many people got it. The question is, I suppose would they still have, some blood work or something to go back and check, at a time when we're away from this to compare it. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously there's a lot more important things to get this under control before we look back at then. But at some point they're going to have to.
You just hope and pray that the social distancing is helping. So of course,
I was just reading that the mayor or somebody in Pensacola is reopening the beaches down there, and he's reopening restaurants to 50% capacity for dine-in.
Did he not watch the movie Jaws? This does not end well. Don't reopen the beaches.
Are open in April.
Yeah. So Florida's.
Did you say Pensacola?
Yeah.
God, that was such a pretty beach. But
I know.
Well, see, I don't mind if the beaches are open if people keep, they're 6 feet away.
I don't have that much faith in humanity to do that.
Well, I don't either, but I saw a thing of the helicopter patrolling, chasing people off the beach. I'm like, it's 2 people sitting in the sand. They are not spreading the disease, to other people.
It's like the 1,000 people that showed up to watch the Navy ship come in New York.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, did you see
sitting on the beach 12 feet from or 20 yards away isn't as big of a problem.
I saw this on Twitter yesterday. I guess the governor of Virginia, there was a lockdown, but people kept going to the fucking beaches this weekend in Virginia. And so he extended the lockdown through June 10th. Yep. He's like, because you weren't listening, we're going to extend it. Stop fucking going outside.
Yeah. Our biggest enemies ourselves. The biggest enemy is people in this whole thing. It's not the virus, it's people.
Down in Louisville, they had hundreds of people show up for a drag racing event.
I saw in New Orleans, which is becoming they're getting like New York type numbers right now.
Yeah.
There's a church down there that has a congregation of 1,200 that still show up every week. It's like,
and still sit in the pews next to each other. And...
Yeah, they're not the church. The pastor or the guy that whatever just said, like, we're not stopping. Like, this isn't going to keep us from our faith. And it's
this is basically a reflection of our education system, and now we're homeschooling all these kids. We're doomed.
Well, they're not, probably. Or they have been.
There's a preacher in Florida, one of those faith healer type guys, and he kept
Is that the
he was
video I
arrested.
shared?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was
arrested?
Oh no, that guy. This guy was arrested because he kept saying that he wasn't going to stop his church gatherings and that. So they arrested him in Florida. So and he turned himself in.
Yeah,
but then there was
that video you shared, Brian.
Yeah, what's that with the televangelist where he heals everybody from it and he takes it away from us?
Yeah.
That was great.
Saved us all by casting Satan away.
I mean, who really knew it was just going to be that easy?
I love those fucking fake fucking guys that say that they can save everybody with miracles and that with their hands. And it's like, how many times have you gone to the hospital to do that? If you really have this power, go on in that hospital and do that. Fucking assholes.
Yeah. If you really
the
care about
part.
Go
ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
No, I forgot what I was going to say, so you go ahead.
No, the saddest part is that people continuously give those people money and they become millionaires off of this stuff, and they're con artists. That's all they are.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because if they could truly heal like that,
sure,
and they were only doing it for the people who were donating to them, then they certainly aren't following the teachings of Christ.
Right.
He does.
How many lepers did Jesus charge?
In the name of Jesus, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19. It is finished. It is over.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God. Oh.
And on that note, that makes me think of Professor Number One and Dr. Number One.
Oh yeah, we're doing listener feedback
as we close out COVID talk. If I call into the show too late, can we discuss how this quarantine too late is hurting men more? Men are losing $1 for every 79 cents women are losing. I shouldn't laugh at that. I shouldn't laugh at that. I really shouldn't laugh at that.
Number one, get out. You are not allowed outside our 36-foot window. Get out. No, go home.
I do have to go up from the basement after this. Hopefully I'll be allowed out now after I read that aloud.
Oh.
Hey, that's your bomb listener feedback.
Well, we're going to recast the Outbreak people next week on the Muppets. We're going to recast the movie Outbreak next week. Jeff, sign us in for News of the Geek, please.
Oh, I got to do this again. Okay. Without
the next
without the music,
weeks, you're going to have to.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Okay, this is a big one. Little Debbie has their Sweet 16 snack tournament. The one nice thing is that everybody's inside now, and so there's a lot of fun stuff going on with these tournament brackets since the NCAA tournament is not going on. This is the Little Debbie one. So here we go. First match, and we're going to have to do majority rules here, even the four of us.
Okay.
Oatmeal cream pies are the number one seed.
I can see that.
Versus Boston cream rolls. We're going to say oatmeal cream pies, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm voting for Boston cream rolls.
Blake?
Just because if you eat 48 of them, you eventually get sicker of the cream pies before you will of the Boston cream rolls.
Okay. Good point. Blake, what are you going with? Good call, Blake. Let's see.
When it comes to any donut pastry, I have to go with the chocolate donut. I'm not talking about the donut with the chocolate icing. I'm talking about chocolate cake donut with the glaze, baby.
They didn't make the tournament.
Yeah.
This is our podcast. I make the rules.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I guess the oatmeal cream pie one goes 2 to 1 to 1.
This is the nasty one. If you fuckers, I'm putting my foot down on this one. Change of proof. Zebra Cakes is beating strawberry shortcake rolls. Nobody likes the strawberry shortcake rolls.
I like the strawberry shortcake rolls. Matter of fact, I like them better than the zebra cakes.
Same.
Up. Zebra Cakes on.
No,
we got Banana Twins.
I thought it was majority rules.
You said majority rules.
Ridiculous. If you guys don't let Zebra Cakes go on, I will do the rest of the show in just an impression.
But zebra cakes are like the boring. I mean, the strawberry shortcakes, they have flavor to them.
Blake, what's your vote? He's the deciding vote here.
Blake, what you got? Zebra Cakes or strawberry shortcake rolls?
A chocolate cake donut with glaze icing.
Oh, dang it. Jeff, you're boring pastry on this show. Take that.
I'm the boring pastry.
Fine. Fucking strawberry shortcake rolls. Move on. Banana Twins versus chocolate cupcakes. Chocolate cupcakes.
Oh, I was going to go with the Banana Twins. Do we not like the same thing at all? I think Little Debbie cupcakes are some of the worst cupcakes out there. So that's why I went for the banana.
It's agreeing with chocolate. So we're going chocolate cupcakes win. Honey Buns versus Star Crunch. Honey Buns all day long. Star Crunch are nasty.
Oh, Star Crunch are awesome.
I'm going Star Crunch.
Star Crunch.
Well,
even Blake is voting Star Crunch.
So we got oatmeal cream pies versus strawberry shortcake rolls.
Chocolate cake donut with glazed icing.
Strawberry shortcake rolls.
One oatmeal. Brian?
I gotta go oatmeal cream pie.
Oatmeal cream pies, move on. And then...
Hey, remember who pays you
chocolate
for IOUs? They're an intern.
Chocolate cupcakes versus Star Crunch. Chocolate cupcakes.
Star Crunch.
Man,
Star Crunch.
I say both of those, and I'll take the chocolate cake donut with glazed icing.
So Star Crunch goes on because they're their lower seed. It always goes, if it's a tie, it goes to the lower seed or the higher seed, I guess it is. Star Crunch versus oatmeal cream pies to get to the finals. I'm going
Star
oatmeal
Crunch.
cream pies.
Number one seed's gonna roll through. Gotta go oatmeal.
Okay.
Well, what did Blake
Real quick
do?
on the other. Blake, what are you doing?
Chocolate cake donut with glazed icing.
I was hoping
Okay,
because
oatmeal
Star
cream
Crunch
pies
would
are in the
have the
finals.
tie, but
Well, I'll eat the Star Crunch next.
Going
Fine.
this quick.
it's gone. But sure.
Nutty Buddy bars versus donut sticks.
Nutty
Buddy
Buddies.
bars.
Nutty
Nutty
Buddy all the
Buddies.
way.
Yeah.
They're winning the whole fucking thing.
That wasn't even a contest. Fudge rounds versus Christmas tree cakes. Don't you ever fucking go against fudge rounds, people. Fudge rounds it is.
Yeah.
Neither.
Well, fudge round, but Christmas tree cakes are just zebra cakes with different colors icing.
Yeah, I'm going fudge rounds on that one
Yeah,
too.
fudge rounds, easy.
Chocolate marshmallow pies versus cosmic brownies. If it's the regular brownies, I would go okay, but not cosmic. Those are nasty. I'm going chocolate
Their
marshmallow
brownies
pies.
are too thick and dense, so I'm going the other things.
What's cosmic? I have no idea what cosmic is.
They're brownies, but they have sprinkles on them instead of the nuts.
They're like mini M&Ms, basically.
No. No.
Where are you going with, Blake?
No.
Okay.
He's going
Brian.
with that one.
I'm going brownie, but
Marshmallow moves on. Finally, peanut butter crunch bars versus Swiss rolls. I'm going Swiss rolls. I love me a
cake
good
rolls.
Swiss roll.
peanut butter
Just,
crunch is the most underrated thing on this entire
Oh,
bracket.
They're good,
Brian-
but Swiss cake rolls are
No.
yeah.
Blake?
where are you going with, Blake?
Chocolate cake
Two.
donut.
So we got Swiss rolls versus chocolate marshmallow pies. Quick, I'm going Swiss rolls. Swiss rolls.
Swiss rolls.
Woo.
Swiss rolls.
And then Nutty Buddy bars versus fudge rounds. Fudge rounds.
Nutty Buddies.
Fudge rounds.
I like the upset here. I like fudge rounds.
Oh!
Yeah.
Seriously? Over the peanut butters? Oh, no. That should butter should. Oh, Nutty Buddy should be winning the whole effing thing.
Nutty Buddy should be in the final.
Well, maybe you
Stop,
should
we're going
then.
fudge rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Fudge rounds versus Swiss rolls. Winner
Swiss
goes
cake
against
rolls.
oatmeal cream pies. I'm going fudge rounds.
I'm going Swiss cake rolls.
Brian.
I like the underdog. I'm going fudge rounds.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Fudge rounds versus oatmeal cream
this
pies. Here we
is
go.
the worst it could have I could have imagined. Swiss cake
For the
rolls.
worst.
No Swiss cake rolls or Nutty Buddies. Oh, those were the
No.
The Swiss
one
cake
of those two.
rolls, aren't those ho-ho ripoffs?
No, Ho-Ho's ripped them off.
Yeah. Oh, I do love some ho-hos.
I'm abstaining
Blake,
from
what are you
this
going
last
with?
one.
What are
Chocolate
you
cake
going with?
donut. Chocolate cake donut with glaze. Nice.
I'm voting for a chocolate cake donut with the glaze on it too.
Trying to sound to me and you. Fudge rounds or oatmeal pies, cream pies.
I'm sticking with the number one seed rolling on oatmeal cream pie.
I'm going fudge rounds. What you got, Jeff?
Chocolate cake donuts with the glaze on them.
How are we
Cream
gonna
pies
break?
win.
We got to break the tie. How are we gonna do it?
But Blake and I just said chocolate cake donuts. That's 2 votes for that.
There you go, Jason. Put that up. Twitter poll, oatmeal or fudge round, and let the listeners decide.
Do that now.
And if you're expanding it to 4, you got to throw in the Swiss cake rolls and the Nutter bars.
Swiss cakes. Okay.
Yeah, do the final 4. That's fine.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Let's see here. Real quick.
No other option. So I can't get my chocolate cake donut in there?
No other option.
Little Debbie doesn't make that.
She could if she tried.
Let's see.
Well, she's only making
some of you may
79
remember
cents an hour, so.
Send your complaints to Brian at Dark Angels and Pretty Feet. Let's see. Some of you may remember Dragon's Lair arcade game from the early 1980s, the one that had the light on the arcade. Pick which one you want to go to. It featured groundbreaking graphics for its time, was difficult to play, and has since inspired several comic books and a short-lived animated series. Now, Hollywood Reporter reports that Ryan Reynolds is in talks to play the lead in a live-action Dragon's Lair movie for Netflix. Though not confirmed, it's assumed he's playing the main character, Dirk the Daring. Well, I hope he's playing the main character.
Can we assume they're going to charge $1.50 to go in, and your game will be over in 30? The movie will be over in 35 minutes.
Yeah, you walk in.
35
seconds. 35 seconds.
You go in and they'll tell you you have to choose, but which direction to go, and the thing's broken. And the thing's broken, so you can't actually go where you want to go, and they put you back out to the parking lot.
Or the next thing is that you're going to pay $1.50 for each viewing, but you have to pick between theater number 7 or theater number 8. You go in, you sit down, you wait. It goes for 35 seconds, and it was the wrong choice. And you have to go back out, pay another $1.50, and now you got to start over again. See if you can start in cinema 8, and see if you can then get past that for choosing either 9 or 10, and that ends in 35 seconds.
It's on Netflix, fuckers. It's coming to Netflix.
Oh, well, that takes the fun out of it.
Well, so then the Netflix will let you pick A or B. You pick A, and it says, the end, you lose. Start over from the beginning.
That would be awesome.
Scary stories to tell in the dark. Screenwriters Kevin and Dan Hagman will pen the script. So... and here's the other thing that was not on the outline this week. I thought this was kind of interesting. Blake actually touched on this last week a little bit, and it was in China, due to they're finally getting rid of the quarantine and the lockdown over there because they're not getting as many cases, thankfully. And reports various cities that show divorces have surged in March as husband and wives began emerging from weeks of government-mandated lockdowns to stop the spread of coronavirus. So, that is the one downside, is that divorces are up in China because of this.
Is it a downside? Isn't it better that people who don't want to be together get away from each other?
I'll give you that.
That's better than over here, where domestic violence calls are at an all-time high.
That's true.
So.
Is that
child
true?
abuse.
Is
Yeah.
that true? Oh man, that's horrible.
I may have mentioned this last week. My wife and I both said to each other, "It's a good thing we like each other. Like outside of just loving each other, like that we can tolerate each other for 45 days alone,
Right.
like together."
And I still don't know how your wife
could
does.
you imagine? I don't either, but I'm going with it, Blake or Jeff. I'm rolling with it.
I mean, we're great friends, but there's no way I could stay in the house trapped with you for extended period of time, and vice versa. But
the only way I would ever do that is if I'm married to somebody, and anyone else, I can't do it. I barely like going on vacation with people. I mean, it's tough. I did tell my wife though, because we're probably going to have to cancel our vacation, because it's going to be pretty much right after the lockdown, I think. And it's in June, but I don't think it's going to. I think we're going to be in this through May. But anyways, I did tell her, I was like, I don't care. In fall, we are going some fucking place. I don't care where we're going. It can be Tennessee for all I care. We are going somewhere to get the fuck away, just to get out of the house.
Kentucky.
On vacation.
Good.
Oh dear
Kentucky.
God.
I hear Covington has a hotel.
One hotel. That's it. Just one.
Oh, come on, man. There's like 7 hotels between Covington and Newport.
Good news is you can rent them by the hour.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them, yeah.
And that's about it. That's all I got. Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 11th through 13th. We talked about it a little bit.
All right.
Let's see.
There were no movies.
We do
this
want to
week?
thank. No.
Did anybody watch
Onward
any
comes out.
movies this week?
Oh. What we guys got, people? I'll be back. Keep talking.
All right. What did I watch? I watched True Grit, the 2010 version of True Grit.
The Jeff Bridges version?
Yes. The Coen brothers.
I actually watched the original with John Wayne and what's her name, the Ricky's mom from Better Off Dead.
Oh, that's who's in it.
Better Off Dead. Do you believe that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
The
And of course-
language of love.
Wow. French bread, French fries, French toast. No, but anyways, what is pretty funny about that too is I started reading a lot of the trivia from IMDb.com, and supposedly John Wayne couldn't stand her. He did not like being on stage with her. He hated it. I'm like, oh man,
John Wayne hated a lot of people.
that's true too.
Most of them different race than him, but
Yeah. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Other than that, Showtime and Stars have been showing lots of great old. They've had the Big Lebowski on. They've had a whole bunch of the old stuff. I mean, it's really good deals. I like it. I'm actually benefiting from all these movies. So.
Yeah, we finally watched Knives Out.
oh,
How did you like that?
Very, very enjoyable. Didn't think it deserved Oscar hype.
oh,
I was still happy with it. It was
It was
good.
a good movie. Yeah, it was a good movie.
And
I
we watched Richard Jewell as well.
I wanted
I
to see
enjoyed
that.
Very good movie.
I thought
I'm
I agree with
actually,
you, Brian, on the Knives Out. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, just after watching the Richard Jewell, I'm reading the book now. So,
okay.
but
All right. I'll disagree with both of you on Knives Out. I thought that deserved all the hype and more. rewatching it, you just watch the way it was shot and the way the certain shots were made and filmed and the angles and whatnot. I mean, it's a masterclass of good directing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, that's just off my first view, but I mean, it was really well done. So I'm not upset with it at all. Then lastly, we watched Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh God!
So, you hadn't seen it before?
Fast and Furious spin-off.
I hadn't. We'd started watching it once before and fell asleep, and then it came back out on HBO. So, but it was a very ironic movie to be watching during the quarantine because they're on a worldwide hunt for a virus that they're trying to track down. And it's also very ironic because Idris Elba is part of that. And he's got it. So it was very ironic. But I enjoyed it, but I enjoy all those movies, even they're so far-fetched that, but they're fun. It was good.
I watched with my oldest. We're going through all the Star Wars movies. We started with the prequels. Well, he started the prequels, and then I caught up. I'm doing, and he's seen them all before. We both have, and he's seen them multiple times. But we just finished Solo, and on the second viewing, second or third viewing, I really enjoyed it a lot more than I remembered. There was about 45 minutes of really good Star Wars awesomeness in there. The first half, or the first quarter is, and then once they start doing the theft, they have the heist plan. I really enjoyed it.
So now the question is that Ron Howard scenes, or is that the I forgot the two guys who started the? From what
I read, it's the Ron Howard.
Okay.
Art. Now I will say, so we finished it 2 nights ago. And I was watching it, and I kept thinking, man, I'm really enjoying this movie a lot more than I remembered. And then I go, but it's still probably the 4th worst Star Wars film. It's like it's above the prequels because there's nothing else like of the other movies. I really like them a lot. It might be above Rise of Skywalker for me because I really didn't like Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. I think I'm putting it above Rise of Skywalker. I might even put it above Force Awakens.
I go back and forth on that.
But those 3 are about in the same spot for me.
And then we're on Rogue One. We're halfway through Rogue One. And I love that movie. I love Rogue One. That's in the top 2 or 3. And that's one of my son's favorites. He likes that one. Last Jedi is his favorite. Sorry, Blake. And I think he had Empire.
He's got Rogue One going for him, so I'll accept it.
And Empire's up there. Empire, Rogue One, and
so your son's top 3 or my top 3? So
yeah.
Hey.
Empire Strikes Back's the iconic.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing created the great movie trilogy where the bad guys win the second movie, and you're like, holy shit, what do we do? And it's a pretty iconic movie. I like it. It doesn't make sense going back and watching 1, 2, and 3 before 4, 5, and 6. It's just not good.
We did.
The great reveal. I was talking to some people like, we're starting from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, no, because the great reveal, for the whole, series was the fact that Darth Vader's like, I'm your father, and everybody's like, whoa.
I think if you've never seen the series, it's okay to do it that way. But since my son and I have seen it multiple times, all of them, he wanted to do it chronologically just to see like how it plays out, especially since Rogue One ends with the New Hope, like basically butts up right to it. So I think that's going to be kind of fun to see. But it doesn't. I mean, like I said, I love Star Wars so much, and like I said, watching them again, it's been a blast. And then I'm finishing Hunters up. Finally, I got back into Amazon's Nazi Hunters. Did you finish it, Brian?
No, that's we've been catching up on other stuff, and I've been totally immersed with Schitt's Creek the last week and a half. Like I'm almost completely caught up with the new season that's out now. So I watched 5 seasons in a week.
All right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I've been kind of immersed in that. And that's at first I didn't quite get it, but like the humor was a little dry, but now I mean it's so funny.
I want to see it because I love that whole type of comedy with the improv and that, and so I want to see that. The Hunters one I just started back up because I got stuck watching Tiger King, so it pushed it back. So I got 3 episodes left, I think, or 2 episodes left of Hunters. That's a really fun, good series. I shouldn't say fun, but it's a good series. And then if you really want to see like the atrocities that man can do, geez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that at this point in time. So.
Yeah, not really a great time to be watching that kind of a series. But
I told my wife because we watched Miracle with my oldest last week, the hockey one, and I said we need like a Miracle type moment right now, like something. And we're not getting it in this world right now. I mean, we'll get there, but I mean, we need some type of miracle at this, like a miracle event, and we're definitely not getting it. So.
Well, I think what it's going to be that's going to save us, Jason, is pre-taped no fan WrestleMania.
There you go.
I'll be honest. It's even tough for me to watch, and I love AEW. It's tough for me to watch in a no empty arena.
I mean, I appreciate the effort that they're putting into trying to keep going because it gives people something to look forward to. But at the same time, like it's hard. And then like, you know, like you see like where Roman pulls out of his match, which is completely understandable with his, you know, cancer and all that stuff. Like that's the last thing he should be doing. But it's just like at what point is it just like it's not worth it? Like
no.
Like like everything else is canceled, man. Like you're not hurting anybody's feelings. Like just cancel it.
The rumor going around was that it's only Vince McMahon's call. Everyone else was fine canceling, and it's only Vince's call.
Yeah, but it's Vince's money, and if he cancels it, he loses money.
And another thing is that he always thinks that people get sick because they're weak. That's been the long-running rumor, is that he hates that people get sick. He thinks it's a weakness. So, of course, he's going to say fuck you to everything going on.
I mean,
wow. I mean, if that's true, then I might have watched my last WWE event ever.
Don't worry. He'll be dead eventually.
If he obviously... thinks that, illness is a sign of weakness, then he's not someone I could send my money my way or my money his way to.
The WrestleMania is going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
It's going to be so bad.
I'm watching because I want to see how bad it is.
I'll watch it because, I mean, I've got, what is it? It'll probably be
Saturday and Sunday night this week.
Is it this weekend? Yeah. So, I mean,
nothing else going on. We're watching. My family and I are watching Onward on Disney Plus Friday night, and then so it's like, well, Saturday and Sunday are open. I guess we can do that. And since Roman Reigns pulled out, they said Braun Strowman jumped in and beat Goldberg supposedly for the title.
And they're already giving away spoilers.
No, actually,
happens when everything's pre-taped.
Yeah, but no one's there to see it.
Well. Oh, and the best part is it's supposed to be a triple threat tag team ladder match for the championship between Miz and Morrison versus the Usos versus Heavy Machinery, I think, or someone else.
Heavy Machinery.
Unfortunately, Miz is quarantined because he's sick. They think he has it.
Oh.
So the one Uso didn't want to do it, and he's the one that talked Reigns into it supposedly, or said, "Hey, this is ridiculous. You beat leukemia twice. Why are you doing this?"
Yeah.
So the tag team match is now a ladder match between Jey Uso and John Morrison. How is that a tag team ladder match for the belts? It's a one-on-one match.
I'm saying is like, it's so. I mean.
But
I wouldn't even like. They could just name it like something else. and just put it out as like a pay-per-view, and then do WrestleMania like in September. Like, I mean, if by then like everything's somewhat normal, then they're not going to have any problems selling it. Like,
exactly.
But then the thing that really got me was that I saw that they partnered with Fox today, and they're selling it through Fox, like the Fox app or whatever, for like $60.
Yes. So it's on network, the WWE network.
Right.
But you can also buy it on pay-per-view through the Fox app, because Fox this week is doing 22 hours of wrestling coverage because they have nothing else going on. Why not?
Did you say
FS1.
$60?
Yes.
And how much is it to just subscribe to a month of WWE Network?
$10.
$10.
My brain cannot compute this.
And usually, if you've not ever had it, your first month's free when you sign up.
So you can get a free trial instead of paying $60.
So I originally just signed up to get the free trial and just check it out, and then they just threw all the pay-per-views on there, and I was like, well, shit. For $120 a year, that's 2 pay-per-views. So
that's why I did it. And I think they're they're doing it now too, that you can watch every WrestleMania for free, even if you're not a subscriber on network. So, and that's the reason I did, because I always got the Royal Rumble and I always got WrestleMania. I'm like, well, I'm ahead of the game already. So
yeah, I mean,
until they start selling the pay-per-views to ESPN or whatever. That's the rumor, is that you're going to have to pay for them again. If that's the case, I'm good with dropping WWE Network then.
Blake, it's still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm still there.
Okay.
Blake, why don't you do our top 5 music? Let's get to our top 5.
Top 5. Coronavirus 19.
5 this week.
Oh.
It is worst on-screen television couples, past and present.
Yeah.
So there you go. What do we got here? Blake, why don't you go first? Since we just did wrestling talk, I'll give you a break. You go first.
Okay. I'll go first. This was kind of easy pickings, because I really think we can get a plethora of couples here. But I'm going to start with my number 5, and that's any Bachelor, Bachelorette Final 2.
I like it.
Cannot disagree.
It's good.
Let's see. The one good thing about this is they canceled the upcoming season of Bachelor, the Olympic Games or something like that, the Summer Games, the new season. So thanks to COVID for canceling Bachelor this week.
All those condom manufacturers out of, when did they stop for the Olympics?
The one joke I saw online this week was it canceled the COVID canceled the Bachelor new season. Trust me, most of those contestants are going to get things far worse than COVID. It's okay. Let's see, Brian, what do you got for number 5?
My number 5 is Ryan and Kelly from The Office.
Oh God! Now why?
Why? Because she's terrible.
And he's terrible. They are terrible.
He and the way he treats her is terrible. He, keeps, coming and going on. So.
Yeah, okay. Post Me Too movement, not as funny. Yes, okay.
I'll stay in The Office with you here. I'm going Andy and Aaron. That was awful. Andy Bernard, he plays up this whole thing of this sweet guy, and then once he starts dating her, they change the whole character around, and he just becomes an ass. Or because he wasn't going to be there for a lot of episodes, the last 2 seasons.
I'm going to say it's because of Ed Helms' schedule that they screwed that up. I thought Andy and Aaron were good until then. Ed Helms wasn't going to be there.
Yeah,
and that's the reason I started hating Andy Bernard because of that. So.
Oh, you didn't hate him before? Wow. Okay.
I hate it. He was a fun character, especially when Jim hit his phone up in the ceiling. God, I love that one. This is
I
not
mean-
funny. Where is it?
I'll stay with The Office, and I'll be putting Michael and Jan.
Ooh.
I mean,
that's
that
a bad one.
the dinner party episode alone shows just how terrible of a couple they were.
Babe.
I sleep on the stool at the end of the bed.
Yeah.
I just love Jan trying to dance with Jim, and Jim's just sitting there, and Jan's just dancing away.
Yeah.
You said you didn't want to have children. Who got a vasectomy? And then when you said you might want to have children, who got it reversed? And then when you said you definitely didn't want to have children, who got it again? Zip, zap, zip, zap, zip, zap. 3 vasectomies takes a toll out on a person.
I think the best part of that was when he does the snip, snap thing. Oh, that's great.
What's your number 4, Jeff?
Number 4, I have Sam and Diane on Cheers.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, it's so annoying.
They were a terrible couple when they were together. I couldn't understand why Sam was why either of them wanted each other, because they had nothing in common. I thought the show got better when she left because it let everyone else shine.
Mm-hmm.
And then they brought her back at the end and to remind me how much I hated her character.
Fair enough.
My number 4 is Fred and Wilma from the Flintstones. He
Ah,
seemed like an
that was my
abusive
number
asshole.
2. That was my
Really?
number 2, yes. I had Fred
Wow.
and Wilma
On the
as my number
board.
2. You jerk.
Hate the Flintstones? What's
Oh,
up
yeah.
with you people?
What's a lady
Arnie
like
and-
Wilma doing with such a jerk ass
Douche.
like Fred? Douche like
Well,
Fred.
I mean, the Flintstones are a rip off of the Honeymooners, so is that
Oh, yeah,
your
that's
number
right.
one?
That's true. You could Hobie this as Fred, Wilma, and Ralph. What's his name?
Ralph
the
and
honeymoon.
Alice Cramden.
Yeah, Ralph and Alice Cramden. Yeah, exactly. You can Hobie that for number together.
Like Barney and Betty, I get it. They were goofy together. Fred and Wilma had nothing. I didn't
Fred
get
was
that.
an asshole. Fred was a complete
He
jerk.
was.
He was a misogynist asshole.
Honestly,
Even
I started rewatching what MeTV was showing the early Flintstones, and
Mhm.
Fred was a lot less of a jerk than I remembered him being.
Mm.
I mean, I'm like, I just kind of remember him being like a loudmouth blowhard, but not quite as bad, at least in the early episodes.
Also, I forgot to tell you, speaking of old school cartoons, Hasbro just released all 80 episodes of G.I. Joe, the cartoon series from the 80s on YouTube. So for free.
Sweet!
So if anybody wants to. I love it.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's right.
That's right. Brian, what's your number 4?
Number 4, I Hobie this one. I'm going with Daenerys and Jon Snow, and Jamie and Cersei.
Yeah,
Cersei and Jamie were my number 4. Thanks.
I had Jon and Daenerys as an honorable mention.
I thought Jon and Daenerys were bound to be together because it is the Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah,
so
but
you knew they were going to get together,
I
but
understand.
you didn't anticipate it to be as pathetic as the TV show made it to be.
Yes.
Yeah, the hopefully in the books it's not going to turn out as pathetic as it did on the TV show. But
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason they were together is because they are supposed to be together because the script says so. There was no chemistry. They didn't develop it. All of a sudden, he showed up and goes, "Yep, you're my queen."
And my
Yeah.
aunt.
That was it. And my aunt.
Yeah.
And my aunt. Yeah. Well, it's just the horrible last 2 seasons. We'll just chalk it up to that. But Cersei and Jamie, you had all 7 to go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They
Episode
just they did not shy away from shoving that down our throats for 7 years.
Yeah.
Blake, did you see? Well, you probably didn't because you don't have social media. I was able to get some Game of Thrones Funko Pops for our trivia at the Expo.
Oh,
So just
really?
for you.
Awesome.
I don't know who they are, but they're from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'm about to say, who are they? I don't remember. It's probably like the worst characters.
One's a king. I think one's a
Meister
Joffrey.
Meister Aemon.
Yeah. Maester Aemon. Just a bunch of Maester Krennic, just all the Maesters. It's the Maester series.
I don't get it.
No, you don't, and that's the part. That's what even makes it funnier because you're like, I got Game of Thrones Funko Pops, and you're like, it's the Meister series.
You got the Dick and Tarly Funko Pop.
Blake, what's your number 3? Since your number 4 is Game of Thrones shit.
My number 3, I may hit some of your guys's on this one because I wrapped
because you hobied it.
I hobied it, and I just said, Ross and Rachel will take the cake, but all of the Friends coupling that happened in the TV series, they were all annoying as boyfriend girlfriend, and nothing worse than Ross and Rachel.
Ross and Rachel is my number 1, you son of a bitch.
And then
really?
Yeah, good. I got you back. And then when they keep switching around with it, I'm like, you know what? This is really a shitty show when you think about it.
Well, I had as an honorable mention Rachel and everyone she dated.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for maybe Tag, every single person she dated was a terrible coupling.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree with you. Ross and Rachel, they were my number 1. I wasn't even a huge Friends fan. It was enjoyable enough, but every time, even watching the repeats, it's like those two are the most toxic people for each other. They should not be together, and they kept going back to each other. And it's like the first time they got together was sweet. It was nice, and then every single time after that was like, this is horrible. Why would you do this? And then they got fucking married.
And then they put them together in the final episode. And you're like, Rachel just ruined her life.
If Ross and Rachel had a kid, it would be Theo. Fuck those 3.
No, they had a kid. It was Emma.
Emma, yeah.
If Ross and Rachel had a kid. All right. Where are we?
What do we got? What's your number 3?
My number 3 was Joey and Dawson. Dawson's Creek.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over.
What tune are you singing?
For our lives to be over. Ooh.
The good news is we're breaking no rules because that tune is nowhere near the actual tune of the song. So,
and just for Neil and for the people on video. Nailed it.
Thanks, Neil.
I want to wait for our lives to be over. I want to know right now you love me. I think that's it. When Dawson, when his dad died, it was so sad. Oh my God. I love Dawson's Creek.
I never watched the show. So I
but Joey did
go
go with the right one. Joey did go with the right one, Pacey. Pacey was the right choice.
But was Joey the right choice for Pacey?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I just feel bad for Michelle Williams. That's all.
She died. She died in it.
I feel bad for her.
What's your number? Number 3. What's your number 3, Jeff?
I have Jackie and Fez on that 70s show.
Okay.
But at the end of the run, after Jackie slept her way through the friends there, through the cast, she ends up with Fez, which makes absolutely no sense. And neither of those two should have been anywhere close to each other romantically.
My number 3 is I touched on it a little bit earlier. Alex and Piper from The Orange is the New Black. That is not a good relationship. Not a good one. They both bring each other down. They love each other, but it does not work out. And it's basically because, Piper is a bitch. My number 2 is Maddie and David from Moonlighting. Those two really just kept arguing and arguing. No, they should not be together.
I had that as an honorable mention. It was enjoyable before they got together and they had the whole tension But as soon as they became a couple, oh, terrible.
You're right. You're right. That kills TV shows.
They would not do well being quarantined together.
No.
Jeff, what's your number 2?
I've got Elliot and JD on Scrubs.
Ooh.
I love both of those characters separately, but as a couple, that was a terrible decision. Both of them are better off in other pairings, but together they are not a good couple.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And again, the whole on and off again, it gets tiresome.
Yeah.
I feel like she was way more annoying as a character when they were together than when they weren't.
I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And his character changed too, as he became more needy yet indecisive.
Yeah.
Brian, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Rick and Michonne.
Oh, that's a good one.
I didn't even know they were a couple.
I like it.
Yeah, I think everybody knew it was coming, but I don't know. I didn't like it.
It was kind of annoying.
It was a little forced too.
Yeah.
I mean, it had, but just to me everybody knew it was coming, and even though I knew it was coming, it was still bad.
Yeah. Blake, what's your number 2?
My number 2 was Fred and Wilma.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 is Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy.
Talk about domestic abuse. Miss Piggy is mean to him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just talking about pure anatomy.
It just doesn't fit properly.
Doesn't work.
There's other things they can do to each other.
What,
He's got a tongue.
But pig and frog DNA just won't splice.
Just won't happen, man. I'm sorry.
But he's got a tongue. It's sticky.
And apparently Kermit has a thing for pigs because when they were broken up, he went with another pig. He's got a type.
Best part about Disney Plus is the Muppet Show's on it.
Hackney, is that your dog?
It is, yeah. I feel bad waking her up.
Oh, that's her sleeping?
Yeah. Yep.
What kind of dog you got there, Brian?
She's a Boston Terrier.
Ah. Where is she? Where is she?
Where are you?
We gotta see this.
Let's see here. Let me flip it. I don't know how to do that.
Never mind. Brian, what's your number 1? Oh, good. He's going to go pick up the dog and bite. He's going to bite him. Oh, for the people. Oh.
She's the one making all the noise. My number 1 is Joe Exotic and John Finley.
Joe Exotic, you could just stop at that point. Anybody with Joe Exotic is a bad combination.
The one good thing about that is I did see that John was able to get some new teeth out of the Netflix deal. So
you know what? You'd have to.
Oh, the toothless guy is.
Yeah.
Husband or? Oh,
yeah, he's one of his 2 husbands.
Oh my god! And did you notice that they kept interviewing Finley more and more, and each scene that they interviewed him, he lost